Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Again, I hope that you're enjoying the videos I've been putting up. Hopefully you're finding them just as distracting as I am. It's crazy we're out there, and I hope that you are taking care of yourself and looking after those around you. Today what I thought we could do is to watch Amberlynn's latest pizza mukbang, talking about my weight video that she put up today. Simply because I want to hear how she's doing. Why not? Let's see what she says.
Hello everyone, welcome to my vlog. So I'm sitting outside, feels freaking great. We have the table out here. Yes, I'm eating with chairs on the table.
Why?
They were just on the table.
Don't you put chairs next to the table?
I'm having a lean cuisine pepperoni pizza and I put some tapatio on top. So
I don't like tapatio.
it's actually cold out
I'm
here.
much more of a Valentina guy.
Good. All in the same. We got Eric and Ricky put this table out here, and sometimes they eat dinner out here. I've ate dinner.
That looks like it's pretty nice actually to eat dinner there. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they have a really big yard, right? So
the farthest I leave the house, even though the house is right there. So anyways, Twinkie's out here. She's just having the time of her life. I'm gonna eat my food.
Looks like it's really nice weather there. I'm glad it's warming up. It's warming up here too.
Me and these angles. I wasn't expecting to vlog, but I figured I would.
Oh, we're lucky.
Yes, I'm eating it with a fork and knife. Anyways,
That might be good, because then you would eat it slower, right?
As you guys know, I was prescribed
At least I would.
anxiety medicine, and I was prescribed it like easily over a month ago, and my anxiety was making it to where I didn't take it because I was too scared to take it because of my anxiety, but the medicine was for my anxiety. So it's like this big vicious
That's
cycle.
really bad. That's bad, because you were given medicine for a reason, and then it's to help you with your anxiety, and then what you did was you
So I finally took it
psyched
today.
yourself out from taking it because of anxiety. That is a vicious circle, you're right.
I'm proud.
I'm proud of you too.
Ooh, this is good. I used to eat these in high school.
Lean cuisine pizzas? No, I used to like the Mama Celeste. Is that it? I used to like the Mama Celeste ones.
12 years
And
ago.
Hot
Like,
Pockets.
what? Where has time gone? Wow. But
They were like 10 for
I'm
10
having
at
really
like
bad trouble sleeping,
Albertsons or Publix or
and
whatever.
I took a melatonin and it did not work at all. And I think it's because I think I'm like going through like a PTSD moment, because every time I try to fall asleep, I'm like jerked awake. Like, I'm talking like there's like this fear, and it reminds me of when I was younger. It would happen to me when I was younger a lot, because I had like a very bad childhood. You guys know about that, but
I'm sorry to hear that.
how I'm feeling now is a lot like how I was feeling when I was younger. And I know when I was younger it was from trauma. So I think something is just like revving up inside of me, and I know I need to talk to someone.
Yeah, you probably should. You can do that online.
I know that.
Not BetterHelp either.
And I know like therapists and stuff, like you're able to do it through video.
I just said that.
But it's like, I don't want to meet a new therapist through video. That's just so weird to me. But
No, this is like you with your
I might just
anxiety
have to
medication.
learn to
Like,
do it.
it's there to help you, but then you psych yourself out from doing it. Even though it's really what you need. You're going to use whatever the root problem is as the reason of why you can't solve it.
So peaceful. Sorry if the table's shaking.
It's not. But your knuckles are still brown.
I think this pizza might already have like a little bit of spice to it. Or I put a lot of tapatio and I didn't notice, but
I don't like tapatio. I already said that.
either way.
Don't give me tapatio,
Freaking
please.
delish.
Why
So,
didn't you?
I hit a milestone in my weight today. And like, I'm pretty sure you guys know exactly what that milestone
No,
is.
tell me.
It was one of my goals I was working towards, and I've reached it. And now I have a new goal.
What was the goal?
I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter if I tell you guys, so hold on.
No, just tell us. We want to know. That's why we're here. At least you chew your food properly. There's the other one that's out there. Miss Foodie Beauty. She doesn't chew her food at all.
So today, I reached 499.8.
499.8.
So I'm out of the 500.
Okay, good for you. But it doesn't look like it.
That
But
was
if you're what you're saying is true, then good for you.
And it happened, so that means I'm down 72.6.
It's a lot of weight. 70.6. That's really good. You should be proud of yourself if it's true.
I also
if it's true.
Being down 70 pounds, which I'm past that. Woo! I sounded so fake, but for real, it's exciting.
Can you do a weigh-in? I'd like to see a weigh-in.
So my next goal is 4.
Because 70 pounds, like you would think you would start to notice that. I know it's probably not as obvious for like much bigger people, but
I remember weighing since I've lived in Kentucky, and I've been here for like 4 years now. So I think that's a perfect goal, because I don't remember being lower than that in years.
But so if you're losing weight, why are you eating a pizza then? Like surely you don't have to eat a salad, but you could have made like, you know, dinner. I mean, Chantal even made drumsticks the other night. You could have made those. And, you know, her potatoes didn't look done to me.
I was going
but you
through
could have
old
you could have done that. You don't have to eat a lean cuisine pizza.
Instagram stories. And hey, Twinkie baby, come here.
It's kind of like with Chantal, because I think Chantal's cat's overweight too, and so but Amberlynn's dog is overweight because they can't look after themselves. Who can they look after?
Are you being a good girl? Oh, she said, "Yeah, I am." Aw, she tripped. Oh my God, did that hurt?
Oh, Twinkie. Sorry.
Her lovin's. You hear her. So, yeah, I was going through old Instagram like stories, and I actually reached my highest 572.4 in 2019.
I remember seeing that video because she was like 572.4. She was like, you know, acting like, you know, she's proud of that. I'm proud of her now. If she lost this weight, that's good for her. That's good. I mean, I'm not going to be mean.
So,
not going to be
I
mean.
wasn't even that heavy for a year, which for some reason I thought I was.
But you could put my doubts to rest if you just did a weigh-in.
But then lose a bunch too, which is not good.
Because I bet you a lot of the speculation, I'm not the only one, Amberlynn, that's going to sit, or sorry, not Amberlynn anymore, Amber, who's going to think that you haven't lost the weight that you're saying. Good for you if you did. Prove me wrong, though.
Sometimes I just start... You hear a noise, don't you? Hey, Twinkie, you want to be a good girl? Yeah. She knows what good girl means, and she knows what bad girl means. See, I'm mainly a good girl 99.99999% of the time, huh? But yeah, sometimes I'll start filming, and it's like, I can't stop yakking, so, whoops.
Did they say yakking in California? Because I think that's where she grew up, right? I know she lives in Kentucky now, but,
I wonder if Eric can hear me. Eric, can you hear me?
Where I live now would have a much more profound accent, and I've lived here longer than she's lived there, and I haven't adopted that like that.
Maybe not. I cannot wait until it starts to get a little hotter. Like, I really need the UV rays from the sun.
Yeah.
Something else I wanted to mention is, so I was taking 50,000 milligrams of vitamin D once a week, prescribed by my doctor.
That's a lot.
And I was doing it for 8 weeks.
She's bigger, and she doesn't leave the house, so she gets zero sun.
The energy it gave me was intense. So, situation is, I don't know if I mentioned it or not. Maybe I did. I don't know. But your vitamin D level is supposed to be, it can go all the way up to 100, obviously. Mine was 2.
Because you don't leave the house.
My vitamin D level was 2.
And I think, I'm not sure.
That's bad. That is horrible.
You don't leave your house, and the only time you do is at night when you can get the scooters at Walmart.
Like, that's why you feel like fatigued and all this like stuff, because vitamin D is really important.
It sure is.
And it's like, I was so used to always feeling that way. I was just like, okay, vitamin D, I highly doubt it's gonna help. I started taking it. It like literally changed my life. But I haven't taken it for 3 weeks now because I didn't have a refill. And I haven't been able to go to the doctor, but like I said,
you don't have to have a prescription by vitamin D. You just gotta make sure, because I think there's like D2 and then there's another kind. You just have to make sure that you're getting the right one. But I think you can order that on Amazon. She should also take turmeric, because I bet you would help with her joints too.
You loud boo boo.
But that's just my opinion. I'm not a medical
Loud
professional
cars.
like that.
Oh, I hate that. But, yeah, I noticed that since I stopped taking it, I have no energy. I'm always tired. But yet I
So,
can't
you know how you go on
sleep. I'm just,
Torrid,
like, constantly
the website
fatigued,
Torrid,
and I
to get
just
your
feel
clothes?
pretty much
You can go on
miserable.
Amazon and put in vitamin D, and you can get as much of it as you would need. Surely your doctor, you could call your doctor and say, is this the right thing for me to do, without me having to go to the doctor to see you?
I'm just going through it. I'm just going through it. And it's just like, that's what I'm going through, you know? I don't mean to be like a Debbie Downer to people, but that's just like where it is, where I'm at, what I'm doing.
But see, okay, these are three things that you've talked about: vitamin D deficiency, anxiety, and what was the other one? So it was anxiety, vitamin D deficiency,
Baby girl.
and what was it? Her PTSD. She needs to go talk to somebody about it, but she won't help herself. See, there's three things that she's mentioned in this video where she could very easily help herself, and she won't. She won't. I'm proud of her for losing the weight if she did, but this other behavior is exactly what's got her to where she is now. She probably uses food as a crutch to cure all of these things, but actually it's going to contribute probably more than anything else that she does in her life.
No fence. Not a single fence in sight. I have to keep my eye on her. Twinkie stores. Hi, baby girl. That's all you gotta do. Yeah.
I want to sit outside and eat a
You
pizza.
like outside, fresh air. It's so funny. I had her on the leash. It just makes me laugh. Because she's lost weight, right? So I had her on the leash.
Good.
And I'm just like walking. And she was like behind me, just walking. Her collar came off, just like slid off. And I didn't even notice. You didn't notice that there was no longer any like tension on the leash? Casually, and I'm just like trucking along, and she's not even on the leash anymore.
Her bra strap is hanging out.
Hilarious. So I had to tighten up her collar a little bit.
You know, when I was bigger, because I've lost a lot of weight, but when I was bigger, I wouldn't have worn clothes where I would be like openly exposed like that with like my arms hanging out and whatever. Good for her. If she has that kind of confidence, good for her. But then don't get mad when people talk about it. Like you're on YouTube right now,
It's nice
wearing that, and you know that I'm not going to be the only one to talk about that.
You hear another dog go, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy to think that I have to lose a total of 400 pounds to reach my goal weight?
400 pounds.
I've changed my goal weight.
What is your goal weight?
Which I've done several
What is
times.
it?
It used to be 20. It used to be 220, then it used to be 199, and then it was 170. Now it's 172.
172. It's an odd number, but okay.
I know those 2 pounds don't mean really anything, but I guess it kind of does. I don't know.
God, do you think she has to lose 400 pounds? Because I weigh 175 pounds. So she has to lose 400 pounds to get to where I am. Can you imagine what that would feel like?
100 pounds down. Well, 172.
What that would feel like to carry around 400 pounds? I mean, I'm trying to think of something that weighs 400 pounds. It's like walking around with like a refrigerator in your arms.
I never noticed that tree fell.
Because you don't go outside. That's why you have vitamin D deficiency.
Has that always been like that? I don't even know. What the heck?
Please don't put the food in your mouth like that. I know it's a mukbang, but...
Don't even know. I hope it's not like windy. I hope you guys can hear me.
We can hear you.
Crossing my fingers. I wish I would have had like a better angle, but
you could get that 90s time capsule box. Why don't you try that?
I hope you guys are doing good. Look how like broken out my face is.
That's what happens when you don't shower and you don't wash your hair for 2 months. That to me is still just outrageous.
Not doing good.
But because you won't help yourself. All of this is because you won't help yourself.
Obviously, it's a good thing. I hate pizza mouth. Ew. Anyways.
So borrow one of
I keep hearing
Pizza's
little noises. I'm like, what?
advanced napkins called a paper
Anyways,
towel.
say hi to Twinkie real quick.
Hey, Twinkie.
Hi, baby goo.
Hey there.
She's like,
She doesn't look like she's lost weight either. I want them both to weigh in.
Anyways, I hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are staying safe.
I hope you are too. I hope you're staying safe.
Yikes.
Because you'd be particularly vulnerable. In my opinion. I mean, it's all my opinion.
Excuse me. I feel awkward. But I hope you guys are doing okay and doing good. And trying to make, I hate even saying it, trying to make the best of the situation. Like, there's no...
These are trying times. These are scary times, actually. But what we can do is work together and get through it.
Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.
So, like, today, one of my neighbors, she's incredibly elderly, and so I was going to the supermarket, and I stopped into her, I had, like, knocked on her door, although I social distance, so don't worry. I knocked on her door and asked her if she needed anything, because I don't want her going to the supermarket. I'd rather do it for her. But I wonder if people are if people would look after Amberlynn like that, because, like I said, she won't help herself, so never mind. You know, I think this is just going to turn into a really crazy conversation. Anyway, like she said, and like I'm saying, I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you found it interesting. And hopefully you'll consider commenting, liking, and subscribing. And if not, hey, you spent time with me. Thanks for that. Talk to you soon. Merci. Au revoir.